What's up, guys? I'm here in Las Vegas. We're filming a show called The Ultimate 30, where we are doing the top 30 fighters in UFC history. You guys are going to love this list of fighters, but your boy was up early to watch Max plus Holloway versus the Korean Zombie from Singapore. You know, when you think of Max Holloway, you think of a guy that's in a very weird situation because he's fought the champion Alexander Volkanovski so many times. But when you think of Max Holloway, regardless of what you think about him in his position, you're going to tune in. Max is one of my great friends, so I wake up to watch him fight. But you knew that this matchup was going to deliver. It absolutely did. From the walks, which I think Korean Zombie has one of the most iconic walkouts of all time, or had. I'll get to that a little bit later. Him and Max start fighting. And I think the fight was going according to plan. Max looked so calm and patient in there, right? He never overextended. It looked like he hurt Zombie very bad in round two. Could have jumped on him and finished him, but he didn't. But the way he pokes and the way he prods at you, the way that he comes within range to go outside of range is truly special, because not many fighters are operating at this level in the striking and in the stand-up. Max is doing that. Max is spinning guys. Max is moving you. Max is really setting you up with his hands and with his length. That's why I believe it's so impressive that Volk has been able to do what he's been able to do, because that's a hard puzzle to solve. He's not an easy guy to fight. He's long. He's as tough as they come. He's in great shape, and he fights a very smart, calculated approach. While it looks like it's just fun, it's very calculated for Max Holloway. Max was very emotional this week with everything going on in Maui, very sad. And you could sense it in the press conference, obviously, but even in his post-fight interview. Max wants to deliver the message that everything he's doing right now is for his fellow Hawaiians. And if there's a guy that represents this state in a prideful manner, it's Max Holloway. From the traditional tattoos to the way that he talks to the way that he carries himself, he's a Hawaiian boy, and he's very proud of it in the way that he fights and approaches life. Tonight he fought like a very tough Hawaiian fighter, and he got the finish. Let's get to the third round. Korean Zombie starts the third round, and he's down 2-0, right? For as close as the numbers may have looked in round one, Max won the first round. Max won the second round. Third round, the Korean Zombie throws caution to the wind. That's one of the reasons he's called the Korean Zombie. He's a guy that has a forward style that's very aggressive, and he does throw caution to the wind. That's why some of his great performances and great fights, especially the Leonard Garcia fights, come to mind, because he is such a pressure fighter. But this time he decided to not only just fight with pressure, he just said, I'm going after this dude. And he started to land. But when you fight like that against a guy like Max, who is not only willing to stand and trade with you, he does have power. Now, while we have seen Max have to break guys down, like Ortega, like other guys, like Aldo, he does have power to put you out. And that's what we saw with the Zombie. Zombie's rushing, he throws a left hook, throws a right hand. Max's right hand lands. Zombie goes down forward. No follow-up shot for Max Holloway. The first time Max dropped him, no follow-up shot, put him in the darts. Second time, Max drops him, no follow-up shot, but no follow-up shot was needed. He was done. He was done. And you could see the emotion run out of Max Holloway, right? He jumps out of the cage, rushes to his family, gets back in there, and he's just, you can see him almost have a sense of relief that it was over. Now, Max and I texted each other a couple of days ago and just kind of talked, and it's always love between me and my brother. And he was just ready to go, and dude was ready to fight. And he did once again show why Max Holloway is one of the best featherweights of all time. And it's always going to be difficult to beat him. Only one guy's been able to do it, and one guy's been able to do it consistently in the UFC, and that's Volk. But that doesn't take anything away from Max. He is so clearly the #2 light featherweight in the world that it's crazy. And he's only 31 years old. The fact that Max has been around so long and he's still only 31 is absolutely crazy. It's unreal that we have been watching this dude since he was a baby when he got into the UFC. He's only 31 years old. There's so much time left for Max Holloway. So once again, congrats to my brother. What a tremendous performance. Went down to Singapore and absolutely rocked that place. Got to finish over the Korean Zombie in the 3rd round. Guys, before we get to the Korean Zombie's retirement, we got to pay some bills. The Game Time app is the best last-minute ticket provider in the entire world. It doesn't matter what you're trying to do. Football, basketball, UFC, concerts, comedy shows. Use the Game Time app to save money. The Game Time app allows you to wait to the last minute, buy some tickets, and save money. And if that ain't enough, use the promo code DCTV, and we'll give you $20 off of your very first purchase. The Game Time app is the worldwide leader in the last-minute ticket purchases in sports and everything else. So no matter where you are, go out and do something fun and use the Game Time app to save money. Download the Game Time app right now and start saving on all the things, the fun things you want to do in this world. Ryan Spann and Anthony Smith fought. Ryan Spann hit Anthony Smith a couple times really hard. Anthony Smith was able to fight through that and get the victory. Well, why is that important? Because, guys, I thought Anthony Smith was done, as did so many others. We thought that this was a guy that was going out there and fighting, making money, but had kind of lost the idea that he could be one of the best in the world. He never said that, but we as the talking heads in the world thought Anthony Smith was done. He proved tonight that that fighting spirit is still there because he couldn't see for a while, and he continued to press and continued to fight, and he got the victory. So hats off to Lionheart. This guy isn't as set on his TV career as I thought. He still wants to be a fighter. Now, where does that lead him? What's his ceiling? I don't know. But I do know that he still has that fighter spirit, and that fire still burns inside of him that will allow for him to continue to try. Erin Blanchfield is really good. I mean, she is really, really good. Tyler Santos fought a good fight. And Blanchfield still beat her. Blanchfield, at such a young age, continues to impress because it's not like everything has always been difficult. Today, things didn't just go her way. Santos was teeing off at her in round 1. To that point, it had been smooth sailing for her. Santos showed her what the next level is. Not only did she win, she won, and she did it impressively. By the end of the 3rd round, she was still going, and I'm watching her cardio and thinking to myself, is this just because she's this young? Because this woman is in shape. She can fight, man, and she's so much smarter beyond her years. She kept attacking takedowns. In the 3rd round, she was okay using her hands to set everything up and started to have success against Tyler Santos. When in round 1, she was having no success. She got cut, battered and bruised. She never, ever strayed away from the plan or what she wanted to do in there. Guys, Erin Blanchfield is really, really good. The Korean Zombie retired. It was sad. It was sad. And while I said he had the greatest walkout, he might have had the greatest retirement too. To be in Singapore and have everyone singing his song as he's leaving, the emotion tied to his retirement, it was special. And it made my heart flutter, right? I started feeling like I was going to start crying because you don't see guys like this who have that type of impact not become a champion, but still be so important to the sport, elevate to that level. The Korean Zombie did that. And he did that without having to learn English, without having to do all these other things that we think are requirements to find stardom. Korean Zombie didn't have to do that. He just was himself. Because he was himself, he possessed a very fun fighting style that drew people in. From the T-shirts to the walkout, everything kind of came together for the Korean Zombie. And he will be missed inside the octagon. He was a fun guy to watch, and I appreciate his entire career. So, but it was good to see him walk out in his family with his wife and his coaches. I love Eddie Chop. I think he's one of the best coaches, and he cares so much. You can see the emotion on his face when he hugged the zombie. You could tell that this guy has not only made an impact on his team, but an entire region of fighters that will one day hope to be like the Korean zombie. It was amazing. Guys, all in all, it was a great night in Singapore. It was a fun fight card, a lot of finishes, a lot of people had breakout performances. And that's really what you want on these fight nights. And to be able to fight in front of the crowd for these guys, it was tremendous. Until next time, guys,